Okay, so I've been trading for 5 years and I've withdrawn 6 figures just from trading alone. And in the last 2 years, which is when I found profitability, I didn't know what I was doing that was finding me this profitability. And it wasn't super consistent for the first 6 months, but soon after, something tweaked in my mindset, something tweaked in my trading that made a huge difference. And in this video, I want to talk to you about what I've understood is the biggest difference between profitable traders and unprofitable traders. Because let me tell you that after 5 years of trading and 4 years here on YouTube, I've been able to see everything from myself being unprofitable and being profitable, from seeing people being unprofitable and turning profitable, seeing students that are profitable and unprofitable, and seeing traders that comment either in other people's videos or in my videos. And I've been able to pinpoint exactly what I think the main things are that traders do to become unprofitable. And 2 of them are a mindset shift. You are one mindset shift away from being even closer to becoming a profitable trader. So let's embark on this journey and let's understand why unprofitable traders remain unprofitable. Starting with number 1, which is they can't accept a loss. Any type of loss is bad. So one thing that I've understood, especially this month that I've been live streaming, is that everyone is very afraid of taking a loss. So when a trade was running drawdown and I had 3 trades that were running 90% drawdown and then went back to profit, everyone was telling me, close the trade, it's a bad trade, it's a bad trade. And when the trade was in profit, everyone was like, oh my god, such a great trade, why did you enter in this trade, etc, etc, etc. So there was always this huge fluctuation of either this was a horrible trade because it was a loss, or it was a great trade because it was a winner. But what I've understood is that profitable traders, they simplify things a lot, which means that profitable traders, what they do is that they forecast exactly what they're waiting for and they execute. It's that simple. Meaning, if I have an idea, if my trading plan tells me you execute when there's manipulation in the market, a liquidity sweep, a market shift, and you enter on the market shift. If you execute on exactly what your plan tells you to do and it goes into deep drawdown, you should not be afraid of the trade. You should not be afraid of the loss. You should execute accepting directly that it is going to be a loss, because it completely frees you from what the market might do to you. And let me give you a little example. Do you guys know when Eminem in 8 Mile, in the final rap battle, do you know what he did? He basically exposed everything that the other guy was going to say about him. So the other guy lost all its power. Now let's apply that into trading, into the markets. And you're like, how can I even apply this into the markets? Stick with me. When you are in drawdown, when you enter in a trade, think about the reasons why the trade could be a loss. This is an amazing exercise, and the reason for that is because if the trade then is a loss, then you understand, okay, there were multiple reasons why this trade could have been a loss. It is what it is. But as soon as you enter the trade, if your idea is this can't be a loss because of this, this, and this, and this is going to be a win, the market has the power over you because you only expect the win. But we know as traders, as profitable traders, we know that trading is a statistical game. It doesn't matter if you have 80% strike rate, you are still going to take losers. And so one of the biggest mindset shifts that I've had lately was simply understanding when I'm in drawdown, accept it is going to be a loss. In all of the live streams, every time I was in drawdown, I was like, this doesn't look good, and this is likely to be a loss. I always said this. So even the people that were like, haha, this is a loss, I'm like, yes, I said this is likely to be a loss. So just like those people lost the power over it being a loss because I already said it was going to be a loss, the market also lost the power of saying that, hey, this is going to be a loss because I already forecasted that. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons as to why I got less emotional in trading. And this goes for the flip side, which is number 2 that a lot of unprofitable traders do wrong. And that is that they celebrate the winners too much. Why do I say this? Well, I say this because just like if you don't expect a loss and you take the loss, there's a difference between your goal and the reality. So the market slapped you in the face, it brought you back into reality, you took the loss. There's also the problem that when you're celebrating the winner, you're creating this expectation in your mind that this is going to be a winner. So what happens? If it turns out to be a break even or a loser, then all of your expectations have now been destroyed by the market, by something that is okay to happen. If the market pulls back all of a sudden, then you are going to be emotional because any tick that the market pulls back on your position is the market pulling away from your expectation of this trade being a profitable trade. So if you start removing these expectations, these false expectations that we create, then the likelihood of you becoming emotional with outcomes that you did not predict it reduces a lot, because you forecast all of the outcomes, and that's what I recommend you doing. So just like you need to change your perspective on the losers, you need to change your perspective on the winners also. At the end of the day, doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss, it's all probability, and you need to accept that. Now, the fourth one is a very, very common one, but for that, I'm going to bring Whiteboard Kimmel on, and he will tell you what it is. Whiteboard Kimmel, are you ready?
Well, thank you, Sit Down Kimmel. So now, we are going to talk about the third reason as to why so many traders are unprofitable. And it's a very, very simple reason. And that reason is that they trade against the trend. If you are now sitting down, I want you to picture this. Picture an uptrend. Okay, now that you've done it, let me write exactly what you are thinking about. Let me stop and think. Okay, don't look. This was exactly what you were thinking about, right? So we know exactly what an uptrend is. And a downtrend, let me think exactly what you're thinking about. Okay, this is a downtrend. So what I notice the most with unprofitable traders is that the unprofitable traders, they seem like they are trading for social media, which means they're constantly trying to call these highs, right? Because eventually, yes, they will get this right. But the thing is, they will not show you, or you will not remember, well, you will, because you will see it in your P&L. You forget with this winning trade how emotional it was to handle through these 3 losing streaks, right? You take a -1, you take a -1, you take a -1. And I noticed this very, very clearly when I was doing the live streams, which is a lot of people try to call the high. You can see all of the live streams, and one of the things that is true is that ever since I started live streaming, I was like, NASDAQ is going to all-time highs. And constantly in the comments, what I was getting is, bro, you're longing a supply zone. You're longing a supply zone. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Why? Because as you can see, normally from these supply zones, yeah, you do have a little bit of a retracement, but eventually the market continues moving in line with the direction. So if I ask you, where do you think most money is? Is it predicting this short-term move or taking advantage when the market shifts direction and then continues on the uptrend? So normally what you have to do, and this is what we do inside of the Simple Trading Edge, it's not open, but either way, I can tell you what we do. We wait for these pullbacks, and eventually we look down here for a confirmation and we start executing. And that is how we are able to make a lot of money when the market is moving up, a lot of money, a lot of R, a lot of percentage, and we avoid trading when the market is moving against our bias, our daily bias. This is one of the biggest shifts that I've understood that profitable and unprofitable traders do. Unprofitable traders try to call the tops, profitable traders keep riding the trend. How many times have you heard the phrase, trend is your friend? But now look at your journal, look at your trades, and notice how much more profitable you would have been if you waited for the right setup in line with a higher time frame trend. So I hope you enjoyed sitting down, Kimmel. Back to you.
And last but not least, and it ties all of these together, which is an unprofitable trader does not understand risk management. That goes into everything. That goes into, I took a loss, I don't accept this loss, and so I'm going to over risk, I'm going to over trade. When you take a win, oh my god, I am so confident, I'm going to risk more in the next trade, or trading against the trend and not having a statistical edge. At the end of the day, it does not matter how much of a statistical probability of you being profitable you have. If you don't have proper risk management, it will all crumble down on you, because one bad losing streak or one bad trade is going to take all of your profits away. And that is the biggest problem that I see with unprofitable traders. They can't accept their losses, they get way too happy for the winners, they're constantly trading against the trend, and they don't understand about risk management. These are the 4 pillars that I genuinely believe that traders need to change in their trading to become one huge step closer to profitability. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your favorite takeaway from this video with this emoji right here. And one person that comments with their favorite takeaway is gonna get a Prop Firm account for free. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.